Wow, that is really dark. I'm gonna turn on another light. Give me 1 second. That's better. Okay. Well, morning everybody. We made it to this point in 2020. Isn't that great? Mm. So I've noticed when I remember the videos that I made before, I haven't looked at it. I haven't edited. We have 27th. We have today to finish today, so we'll count tomorrow's so we have one. We'll count today as one because we're not at the end of today. We're at the beginning of today. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aren't we lucky to have 31 days? I mean, like, you get to the 30th, you get so close that you think, it's smooth sailing from here. So I don't want to know 31st. Yeah, it's just predictability. Nothing will happen. I could be totally wrong. I'm not making predictions. I don't want to make predictions. Alright, so if I think back on the videos, what do we want to do with the YouTube video, with the YouTube channel, with the YouTube community? I want to grow, and in order to do that, financially, I need to become secure. This year, a lot is going on. I've sucked at a lot of things. Let's see, I haven't succeeded in as many things as I want to. But I have to wonder, when you're learning, you're taking small steps and you don't always look back and go, oh, I've done this great accomplishment. How do I gauge my own success? What do I have success at? My mind blanks, honestly. All right, so let's take a moment and review some points of success. It's my daughter's. She's asleep. I should not be using it because I tell them integrity. Okay. I, tell them don't use somebody else's stuff without asking. And she uses all my stuff without asking. She just takes my phone and, yeah. All right, let's bring their pen. All right. I will apologize to her for taking her pen without asking and make sure that I ask in the future. Okay. To review some small points of success. In the past. In the past. Okay, and then we will look at where do we want to go in the future. Like, we have a future, so we're going to go ahead and take it whether or not it's there. Alright, so I've done a lot of these like morning vlogging shows. These seem to be the easiest for me to accomplish because it's live. I don't have to screw with things, and it seems to have less pitfalls and less, I still have to try out the other stuff. I still have to put the cookie recipe up, or the cookie show, not the recipe, but the cooking. And let's see. Yeah, I'm not really comfortable with that yet. Well, let's look at success first. It's very difficult. Well, I want to say, I want to. I definitely want to say that making the choice to be my own person is a success, to wake, to be awoken, to be evoke, whatever. Um, say, my four kids, but it's not my success, it's their success. So I can't claim that. Let's see. I don't know. I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. I feel like I've made a bigger mess. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I don't keep going, that I can't find that happy medium, or that you have to build a medium, I guess. One that's not too happy, one that's not too depressing. Uh, I have all these things that I'm thankful for: food, shelter, my kids' good health, um, my good health. Um, yeah, but drawing a blank on all this other stuff, I really don't have any points of success. I don't think I do. I've started, JavaScript. I haven't really been at it. It's a little frustrating when it feels like it doesn't register. I have really good friends, successful, thankful. I'm like not successful at all at having good friends. It's on them for wanting to be my friend. They're really good people. I have 16 subscribers. That is a success because it means that I can find 16 wonderful people that want to watch my show. That are willing to subscribe to the show, even if you guys don't watch. I am grateful to you guys, and uh, that the fact that I can find you guys out there in the Ethernet of the internet is amazing. The fact that we get to cross paths, that is a success, because I mean, you can find people out there is out of all the people in the population. Uh, that's pretty good. Um, let's see. I would have to look at some evidence. I'd have to research the evidence to see if I've made any success or any points. I wouldn't even know how to gauge it. I do more dishes. I mean, is that successful? I've got to do more. Though my videos of doing dishes are not successful. I get interrupted, and it's hard to figure out. There has to be a pause on the stream. I don't know. Is that like where you stream it from a different system, like the gamers do? They pause and come back. Or their next show is one continuous show. Let's see. Just take a look of brain dumps of things I want to learn, I want to do, and see. I made those cracker gift treats. I did not do a video on them. They did not turn out. I have learned that baking with ghee is not the same as baking with butter. Let's see. I've made the brownies. Apparently those did not turn out either. The baking powder is not the baking powder. The chocolate baking tastes like chocolate baking powder. When you heat it up with sugar, it takes on, it cooks. It did not taste like it was baked. I followed the instructions. Sort of. I ran out of ghee and had to add oil. I should have just added oil instead of ghee. Maybe, That was intriguing. Okay, let's see here. My sister got bipolar for Christmas from us. She was very happy. I put that in there. I've come up with a morning routine, rough draft. I just have to figure out how to make money like ASAP as current income for myself. I guess I have to feel like I deserve it. Because the longest time, I know how to type. I may not type very well, but I know how to type in the professional way like this. It still is kind of a really good feeling. There are feelings to use to describe evidence for typing. But typing brings me I have a feeling because it was something that I've thought was elusive for me to learn. Like I wouldn't be able to learn how to do it, learn how to type. And I know, back when I thought I was stupid. And slowly, bit by bit, I did it. So I have a bit of an overwhelming just life because I want to learn martial arts. I want to learn a couple of languages. There's several languages I want to learn. And it's not just learning a language. You end up like delving into a culture when you learn a whole new language. And our culture in English is so riddled with things that I can't align with. Like, we talk about unity, but there's so many small, almost seemingly minute underlining things that are quite separatist, like separating, like it's irritating. It's like you have to revamp your whole life, and things are built on culture, especially this melting pot culture. This add a little bit of Hallmark because it's profitable, add a little bit of, it was built on profit. But we have underlining cultures that are built on more than just profit. And those you have to dwell in it, and it's weird not to accept. It's weird the reaction, the negative response you get when you find something a little bit more meaningful, or things with feeling. Like I try to feed people. Like you don't bring food to funeral things anymore. I mean, I guess everybody's got like gluten and like vegan and gluten-free and vegan and all these other things, and they're just like, oh, it's too much of a hassle to bring food, but the food was a connection between people. Maybe I'm just too much of a foodie. It is a tourist trait, commonality. I have it with, tourist people, but let me just put out my personal information. I tell you, Taurus is general enough. I'm a Taurus. We'll just say that. You don't want to find out too much about me. You don't. Let's see. you know, so I'm a Taurus. And so, but I'm not your average Taurus, so that means there's some moon sign action in there when I was born. So, yes, I'm stubborn. I can't deny that. Yes, you know, I like I have taste for quality of stuff. Um, okay, so then, yeah, I have such nervousness about me today. So, my mom's not doing too well. Mm. My mom has cancer, and she's not doing any treatments, so we're doing hospice, and I'm still going on that trip with my partner. Maybe. I don't know if it's even worth going on the trip. We get to discuss that Monday. I fought with him Christmas. What a lot of people, paint their own pictures of what crazy people must look like. But I mean, if you look at, I still have to deal with depression and anything and every other feeling. I can't believe it's not a norm for other people to feel things. Just shove antidepressants down somebody else's throat. What if it was normal, to feel sad? I will, however, check to make sure, that this isn't more than like 2 weeks. It was like, oh, you're only supposed to feel bad for 2 weeks. I mean, my mom's dying, and my two oldest kids are in another state where I don't have custody of them. And hmm, my business isn't yet where it needs to be. I've hit one of those writer blocks. So I write, I'm trying to learn to code for computers. I'm trying, I've hit a stop on martial arts training due to finance. Witchcraft has been more of building up everyday actions. I'm, trying to get things set up so I can learn more. Because I never stop learning. No matter how much you learn about craft, it's always something. And then I have this channel where I haven't been doing much editing, which hurts more than it helps. Like, can't I just get enough subscribers and stuff and monetize and have that pay for the editor? I mean, everybody else edits their own work. Why can't I? Yeah, and, I've noticed the depression. I've noticed I've done things slowly, but I also noticed that it's a healthy response to my environment. So I'm not too upset about it. Um, still have to exercise. I still have to eat right. I still have to try to, figure out sleep schedule. Because, like, if I don't get that REM, apparently I fight with my partner. Yeah, he won't watch these videos. It's not something he's interested in. It don't mean anything to him, so he's not going to watch it. So I get to stop caring about him because he doesn't really care about me. That shouldn't be a fight. If he says no, like he doesn't want to come into my parents' house. The last time he's seen my mother, she's on her deathbed, mind you. Last time he's seen her, she said, "Don't you dare step foot in this house," or something along those lines. I don't remember. I don't even know if I was there. I think it was what he told me. I won't step foot in his house while his child lives there. That's not from, that I didn't birth. So it would be my would-be stepchild if we ever get married. So there's marriage off the table. I'm not taking it because that means that's his family, and I already have enough problems with my family. I don't want to take on his family problems. And all this has to affect how I take the next action in the next course. Like, are we really going on this trip? So am I going to do more videos on what it's like to be in a hotel room with two small children while he works his rear end off? And it's not like I don't appreciate his work, or the fact that he's trying to work for his family. And that's fantastic. I understand I may not get his time. So when I do have his time, I value it. I throw the kids at him because, I want their life. For them, they have a faster approach to life. It goes by so quickly that a half an hour to them is like years, whereas half an hour to us is, oh my God, where did that half hour go? I'm coming up on 22 minutes here. I feel like I've said 5 words. But to a kid, it just keeps going and going and going. So if you fill short little moments of your time, and with kids that, feel like half an hour takes forever, they can spend a whole year of just hanging out with you, on your day to day, that's a build up of small, wonderful moments. So I want him to have those moments. I want his daughter to have those moments. His other daughter. And because they're gone, you can't go back in time and get those. I don't know where he's going with his moments. So he's like, I never see them. You get like an hour maybe before you go to bed. He spends, like, say he goes to bed, he tells me he goes to bed at 8. So he can get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, 6 o'clock, he's up in his room, ready for his personal quiet time, watching his YouTube shows, doing his thing. And, it's just like, okay, I guess we don't need family time. Family time we get is at the table, and that's it. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's not good or bad. It's different. I had a different expectation. He has a different expectation. So I guess we're not together because he's not in my line of sight. If I'm not there, then what I do and what he does doesn't matter. Only when I'm there does it matter. His decisions that he makes are without me. So I guess I need to stop making decisions that'll affect him later on when we're back together, and just make the decisions when he's not there, as if, oh, he's not there, I'm just going to go ahead and make the decision. And that's fine with me. I can do that. He's not going to fucking like it because they're my decisions and not our decisions as a couple. I'll do it. We definitely fought, argued, and I'm sick of not being good enough for him and him to let me know it. You know, I I got in the car with you, didn't I? We're here, aren't I? Yeah, sure. I mean, like his actions speak louder than his words. It's like he didn't say anything. Like he didn't say, how unreasonable he thinks I'm being. He said no to staying here, and I said fine. That's his personal boundary. I asked him if he was sure, just to confirm. I mean, I wanted to completely understand him. If he didn't want to explain it, that was fine. That's how I feel it should be for people. I said no, because it's my personal boundary, that I made sure for the safety and care and welfare of my child. And all I hear about is how unreasonable, stupid, and crazy I am. So now I get to figure out my future. So I get to figure out the future for the video. And I'm pretty sure that at this point, I'm not going to that damn hotel. My parents are going to be pissed off that I'm not, my dad's going to be pissed off that I'm not going because then I'm in the way while he's taking care of my mother while she's dying. I just. So Monday he wants to discuss it in person. So I'm not going to pack. I'm not going to teach the kids the routine so that everything's quiet for him when he gets home or gets back to the hotel. So when he gets back to the hotel and he gets off done, he can enjoy his quiet time all to himself, eat his own goddamn food that he buys for himself, and he can enjoy his own goddamn bed. I will figure out how to make my own financial means and get me the hell out of this house. I ain't doing it. I invested emotional in the partnership because I probably didn't have the finance he had. He invested the finance and he invested his actions and he did all that accomplishment and he can accomplish it for somebody the fuck else because I ain't doing it anymore. He wants to have his heart. He tells me, "Oh, I'm just gonna get my heart like trampled on over and over and over again." If that's what he wants, he can do it. I am not spending the next. Let's see, I'm like almost 40, so that's 60 years up to 100. Whether or not I live to be 100, that's a 100-year capacity. Man doesn't have that, but who? Yes, it's just prepare for 100 years, and if you don't get it, it's not like It's not like, you know, cutting it off, before 100 is bad as it is where you've only expected to live to be, like 65 or 70 years old, retire. How long do you retire? And it pays you for maybe, 5 years. You retire at 65 and you have like 5 years worth of retirement funds and social securities and things are all set up. And then you have to go into a home and then all of a sudden your money's gone. You have to depend on the government and you don't know where that money's coming from. The regular poor people, no, I am not set up to be retired at 65. I'm not set up for retirement. Yeah. So, yeah. I have to figure out how to support my kids, support myself, pay my child support that I, currently can't do, uh, get out of debt. It's not like I won't do it. But it's not going to be easy. And apparently, if it's not easy, it's worth it. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Apparently, everybody's been doing it, but it's not easy. Everybody else has been figuring out how to do things, and they do things differently. And that's okay. Figure out how they do it and why I don't get this. They have this mysterious, unspoken thing they just figure out how to do. But they're not making much sense. They do it. I'll figure it out. It won't be easy, and I don't have any plans yet, but I know if I keep going, I do things that I know I've done before that'll get me a certain reaction. Or if I continue with a new action that should get me new results, right? Or, as if I keep doing it, I'm going to end up with these results. These are not the results I'm looking for. I keep letting people in the innermost part of my circle that harm it more than, allow a symbiotic support. And I've become, toxic to everybody else. So, that's not what I want. It's not what I want to be. So I have to let those people go. And I have to work on me not being a toxic butt. Because, it's toxicity of my own life. It's, how are the children supposed to be able to thrive? Because they can survive. They're not, and that's going to hurt, living them surviving on something that's worse than death. It's kind of the living death. It's a very painful emotional existence if you're sitting there and your parents aren't able to give you the means to help you survive and help you figure out and navigate life. Then, so let's see. Who am I doing this for? I have to do it for myself, and the kids have to do their thing for themselves. And I have to provide the environment for my kids to be able to do the things for themselves. That should be a byproduct of what I do, My kids are, I'm supposed to have learned from my parents so that I can do it for myself. My parents aren't. I mean, my mother, had grit. Apparently, I watched a TED Talk that talked about, the kids that are most successful are not the rich kids. They're not the super smart kids. They're the kids with grit. She's not doing bad. She's able to provide for us. And she's helped out my sister and my brother. And I haven't been grateful to this point because I've been so hurt by her, past toxicity. But she's so, and it's just a continuation. And that's what faith is for. I mean, to get you through all this stuff. I know everything's going to be okay. I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. Because you have to wonder, what is your not okay point? And you have to wonder how people who have been in that particular position and been in that particular point still survive, still make it through the day, find reasons to laugh. And it's just, they do it. They're amazing people. They have strength. So where in the world is my strength? I know I have strength and faith. I know that I have to learn to have faith in myself. And, you know, I've, you watch a lot of the, oh, there's a word, not ego, the other word that means emotionally, led, for like empathic people. The ones that if you help out other people, it feels good and helps you. Selfless people have more happiness, have more gratitude, have more, success. And, I help people and I don't know if they don't like it or if I do it wrong. So I don't do it that often because it doesn't seem well reciprocated. So I'm like, sort of like love. If it's not reciprocated, you just kind of like don't force it on people. Be, consent of, friendly, caring, actions, just, it's not well said. It's kind of just stuff off the top of my head. Okay. So I'll still have to do cooking videos, cleaning videos, and how I take care of my kids. Exercise videos, planning meal videos. Okay, so okay. Care of kids. Meal planning. Let's see. I'll write that down. Cleaning videos, cooking videos. Okay, so I was wondering if you guys also you guys can comment, and if you haven't subscribed, and you actually like my videos enough to watch it, or to, hit the subscribe button. I don't know if it's faster, to monetize and to get there, to get out, and have people. Well, it's me having a hard time and learning to get to the point of success. First, I have to figure out what I can measure success with. So when I can say, oh, I did it, what was it that I did? Measures. Success. Okay. And then, so the goal is to achieve a goal and then to get there. And then how I went about it to reach a successful point. And then what happens after I reach that successful point? Because a lot of people, it's like a fad diet. They lose weight and then they yo-yo, if they don't keep up on, oh, I've already gotten skinny, ooh, that don't look good. I've already done it, so why not enjoy these, treats that for that particular person is a fat builder rather than a, healthy, So let's look at the biggest one would be success. What do I measure success with? Um, Happiness. How happy am I? That's difficult for a bipolar person, is because sometimes it's not the external environment, but, that leads to happiness, sadness, or, so how can somebody who's bipolar achieve happiness? So, happiness meter, what do I call happy? Happiness. Having happiness in my life. What do I call the way of being happy? Let's see, so let's can put that on another show, like, so happiness, another show. Write in the comments on how you guys measure happiness, and let's see, coming together, or in another video, go ahead and comment on what your measure of happiness is. Another show, and we'll see and check and find if we can find that measure of happiness. What, Connery, she likes to clean, and she brings such joy in cleaning and helping others clean. So that would be successful. She's willing to sacrifice time with her family to go out to see other people's family and bring that happiness to other people of having a nice clean place. Happiness is different for lots of people. I have to find what happiness means to me. All right, so then the whole point of, I want to say finance, it's so tempting to say financial health, success in financial health. But the point of financial health is, being, well, I'd say health too. Health. Success being healthy, being able to maintain healthy, being able to generate and self-sustain good health, So, am I able to live healthy and provide health? Be healthy, be self-sustained health, and provide for my loved ones. Provide health. Because, and all these things that measure to the very beginning, before your birth, nowadays it's before your birth. After, they may have had ways of checking on the health of a fetus in vitro before, and we just don't know that much about it. And then, but nowadays we have technology that we are dependent on to check and measure and learn and involve ourselves in the health of our fetuses. So, from the point of perhaps conception, we are concerned about the health of a person all the way to, why did that person die? Was it a health issue? Mental health for suicide, my mother's cancer. We try to rid unhealthy ways. If we want to get to the point of ascension rather than death, what ways do we minimize death and accentuate, ascension? It's that nirvana, that awesome fate. So, provide health for others. Okay. So, we will discuss happiness on another show. So, we want health. And in that health, we want to be healthy mind, especially since, I've been diagnosed bipolar attention deficit disorder. Body. Body. We'll have to figure out what is exactly a measurement of health in the body. Body, health, mind, body, heart. So, emotional health, because that's a big thing that really affects the mind and ends up showing physical stress. Emotional health. How do I maintain a relationship? Because even if I end my partnership, I still have to be able to love myself, be able to help my kids understand how much I love them. Because that's not easy, when you're angry or you're hurting all the time. Where we sometimes measure our worth on the approval of our authority figures, our parents, are, making people happy, making, and that's a big thing. Emotional health. Yep, I said health, mind, body, heart. I was trying to put down heart, emotional, because I mean it's a big thing that affects a lot of people. It may not be a pivoting point that I use or a focal point that I use. Mind, body, heart, and spiritual. So so spiritual is this unique connection that we have, with our inner self, with our, that drives our external, you know, results, mind, body, and it also it ties us in spiritually. It's funny. We may have people from different religious backgrounds, but spiritually, people can come together and work together, and it's an awe-inspiring, wonderful, very, I want to say is, zenith. It's a very wonderful, euphoric, very, you know, um, oh, what's it called when you reach uh, nirvana? It's very up there. To be able to work with other people and bring upon a common goal, even when it's spiritual, and that is empowering. That's a pretty big high to come down from. Um, so spiritual, like helping people in a spiritual connection, is it's very powerful, and it's extremely powerful that if it's not yielded, in a healthy manner, the scar that it can leave on people and cults is horrific. The damage that it does, especially when it's below the surface and you don't see the scars. Um, yeah. So spiritual. So these are things that I can measure success, and these are the things that can build self-sustaining success. So success, what can I measure? And it has to be, to me, a big measurement is it self-sustaining? How long can it last? Can it generate for itself? It's a type of energy. If success is intangible, in the ways that we describe tangible things, like we have money, we have great friends, we have great, families, well provided for, families provided for. I can make an offer you can't refuse. That kind of thing. Success. So is it self-sustaining is a big measurement for me. Uh, um, the hardest part is all that emotional investment I put towards a certain direction in life because I wanted to share it with somebody that I feel a very strong emotional bond to. And I have to be prepared to let that go. I'm not prepared for that. Monday, I mean, honestly, I'm searching for things that he or I could say that would make it last, that can make it so that he can stay, that I can stay, that we can go to the hotel, that we can do. And this has to be versatile either. This measurement of success, that if I choose a different life plan, that I choose a different way of going about life, that it should pertain to it. It should succeed with either footpath that I take. And that I can provide that for those that I love, and to provide that environment for those that I love. And so that it applies, that now that it isn't just a rigid thing. I think I got some sort of weather announcement somewhere. Yep, 27 degrees out there. Some people like the cold. I am not a cold joining person. I'm pretty sure I'm cold blooded. Okay, so those are the things that we can measure for success. And although I want it to be pertaining to a single moment, to a big, deep, meaningful, I can say I succeed. It's Rachel Ray's show and book and products. Can she say she succeeded? What is she happy and fulfilled? That's another thing, is that, you feel fulfilled. You feel like you have this completeness. That's the other thing of success, is, I'll put that in completeness. Completeness that others have. Can I sleep at night? I mean, measure of success watching Mandalorian, where they escaped the prisoner. And a lot of his actions were helps me sleep at night. Just want to be able to sleep at night for a lot of the actions that he did. So, how well can I sit with your consciousness? How can that sit with my consciousness? If I were to disappear that day, would the world be okay? If I were to, and yeah. So I wanted to figure out how to end 2020. We've got, what was that, 4 days? Yeah, we got 2, 4, 5 days. I got 5 days. So that's like 5 business days. A work day. Can I put 2020 at a close? So a lot of things with 2020 is review. So there would be, so for future videos, for the ending of 2020 videos, 20 videos, I want to strive for. We'll see what happens. Organizing, a review. So a review. So I want to edit my videos, at least this year's videos. Work from this last week to working on the next month. So I'm gonna have to edit videos, and that's a very overwhelming task, because I put in all these hours and I never edited them, because the more I touched it, the worse it got, where I just had to delete videos. So I need to edit videos. I need to figure out, I need to go through a contact list. I'm not so sure I want to do that in videos, but contact list, I'd like to revamp my contact list, go through and find out how many people I really talk to. Do I need so-and-so's contact in my phone? And the fun part is, when we sync technology, we now have, not an emergency, notification. I just get 100 of those for one thing. So we now sync. So on all the devices that had Google, all my emails, all my, all these places that I had my contact list, I had contacts to the office of a apartment complex that I lived at years ago. And I'm like, I have no idea who this person is. Kind of, And so I have to go through all that and paperwork, sorting paperwork. And so then I also have to figure out setup up for the coming year. What will I be doing in the coming year that I need? What supplied? What kind of stuff do I need? What kind of things do I need organized? What kind of, food, that kind of thing coming up, prep. Contacts list, I have to go through pictures. There's no way I'm going to get through all my pictures, so I'm thinking that's going to take, until March. A review of so many hours. Hey, it's somebody's birthday. Facebook's like, you're not on Facebook. You're not logged in on Facebook. You gotta like come see me on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, no, I can live without Facebook. I keep it on because it's got a contact for, somebody I'd love to talk to. So all I want is a cute little messenger thing and to get rid of Facebook and just keep the messenger. I don't need the feed. Um, Stay in contact with people, but as a business owner, that's not very successful yet. I'd like to get the word out and kind of like network. And one of the ways to do that is social media. And I'm not happy with that. I'm just like, why is Facebook? Because I have so many non-professional attachments. Okay, so let's do this crazy. And maybe perhaps in the editing, I should become more professional and more towards the work I want to do. Because do I really want to see other people's overly emotional, like, relationships and stuff like that? I've got another channel on here on YouTube. I think what I'm going to do is put all my venting there. How do I feel about other people venting when I watch other YouTubers? Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna like edit videos, get rid of venting, and like re-put my venting someplace else. Okay, so direct venting someplace else. I doubt you can hear my stomach, but I can hear and feel my stomach. I need to get breakfast going. Alright, so I still have to make that video about liking, subscribing, and notifications. So, video, I want that out before New Year's. So that's a goal. So, goal. Let's make a video about subscribe, like, and notification. So I can go like, subscribe, notification. If you don't know what it is, there's the video link. So not yet, but there will be as soon as I figure out how to put those cards in and how to have videos worth going and watch this video next. If you want this, then watch that video that I made. Yeah. Editing, direct venting, like, subscribe, and notification. So I'd like to be able to go, like, subscribe, comment, and notify, and all that stuff that promotes the interesting algorithms and the videos on people, so that I can, in the end of my videos with like 58 minutes on YouTube, I can go, oh, like, subscribe, and hit that notification ding, and, get more into the I love you guys. You guys have a good one. Next video we'll talk about. So before that, I can get into next video. We're going to talk about what happiness, what's the measures of happiness, what happiness means to us. Is there ways to talk to, like, forums or something on the community or something, like, leave, stuff on, like, what happiness means to you, like, as in comments and, ways of contacting me, I guess, and figure out what happiness means to you, and we'll see, because I need to learn more about happiness. I have my experience in life with happiness, but it's not full until, I learn more about the people that are out there from all parts of this beautiful world. And I really appreciate you guys. I'd love to show appreciation at the end of the videos, figure out the ending of the videos, figure out the ending of my videos, and the intros to my videos. That'll be a new thing too. It's like I need to make an intro. So intro, and ending. I need to work on my intro and ending. This is very hectic. This looks like one of those weird, little brainstorm things. But from there, I can build a better YouTube channel for you guys to enjoy as much as I would like to be able to enjoy watching myself instead of being extremely embarrassed and feel like a complete and utter idiot. when I'm like, oh, this is such a babble noise. It's not exactly a comfortable babble noise. So yeah, I'd like to get to the point where we enjoy the video. We enjoy the, coffee with Caren, and we enjoy, the content. Or I enjoy the content as much as you guys enjoy the content. But yeah, until then, love you guys. Bye.